Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Sharp Side Saturdays, episode 15. We've got a couple of great guests today. We've got Big Ev, we've got Bush. Today, we're going to cover the last UFC of the year, NCAA football bowl games, and NFL Sunday. So, without further ado, we've got a couple of both you guys are returning to the show, so you know how it works. One best bet, Ev. I'll start with you. We got some bowl games going on today. What do you like? What's catching your eye?
All right, a lot of good bowl games. Today I narrowed down one for the show. I'm going to Fresno State -4 today. They're playing why am I drawing a blank right now? My bad. You just called me. Why am I?
Washington
State. Excuse me, Washington State. My bad. Just had a brain fart there. Washington State. A lot of major school where a lot of guys sitting out. Offensive coordinator's gone. Defensive coordinator's gone. I think bowl games is huge. Like, don't overthink it. The motivation factor is massive for these games. This is a game for Washington State. Like I said, offensive coordinator's gone, defensive coordinator's gone. Two best receivers are out. All three linebackers are out, either left for the draft or the portal. I think this is a spot where Fresno, this is like their Super Bowl. Whole team's there. Just won the Mountain West Championship. Hayner's been one of my favorite quarterbacks to watch his entire career. A lot of good receivers there. I just think the motivation factor there is absolutely huge. I think they come out with their hair on fire. This is a game where Washington State's it's just only so much you can do, like new play caller on both sides of the ball in just a short period of time. Obviously, one of the earlier bowl games. So I think there's a lot here to like for Fresno State. I like Fresno State lane 4.
Yeah, that's awesome. I'm always so impressed listening to you guys when you break down like college basketball, college football, when there's so many players on so many teams and you have to like keep up with so much. But it's funny, like it's not even like the big schools like Ohio State, Penn State, like where it's like, all right, I might know some players, but when you're breaking down like a December 17th bowl game with a couple of teams that were probably like 7-5, and you know like what players are in and what players are out, it just speaks to really living, breathing, and just living and breathing the NCAA grind, which is really impressive. Bush, NFL, this is your third time on, if I'm correct. Third time, and 2 for 2 on the first two. So talk to me. What do we got tomorrow?
Well, we'll try to go 3 for 3. I'm gonna take the Chicago Bears +9. The line on my book is at 8.5 right now. It just dropped, unfortunately, but that's okay because I'll take 8.5 if that's what offers as well. Either way, I'm gonna take the spread at whatever the closing spread is. I always wait because I assume that people will bet the Eagles tomorrow, and it'll probably go back up. I am 2-0 betting with the Bears this year on big plays. In my opinion, I think they match up perfect against the Eagles. Everybody thinks that the Eagles are just this dominant team, which they have been. But I think in a really cold game early in the morning in Chicago, I think the Eagles might be a little sleepy after waxing the Giants last week, unfortunately. And I don't know. I also think, and Andrew, you can agree with this in UFC, styles make fights. I think styles also work in the NFL, and these two teams are very similar if you look at it, styles-wise at least. They have a running quarterback. They like to do a little read option kind of thing, and they both try to rely on their defense a little bit. I know the Bears' defense hasn't been great. Losing 6 games in a row is motivating, especially whenever you have an opportunity to play the best team in the NFL at home. In my opinion, if this spread was maybe 13 or 14, I would be laying off. But the fact that it's not even double digits is a subtle tell for me, and I'm going to be maxing the Bears at +9.
Cool. So far we've got Fresno State -4, Bears +9. I will cap it off. Last UFC of the year. Going with a fight that's been hovering around a pick'em. There's been pull both ways. We have Saeed versus Saeed. Saeed Nurmagomedov taking on Saidio Cub Kakramanov. I'm on the Nurmagomedov side here. I just think it's too big of an overcorrection. Nurmagomedov coming off closing like a -450 favorite against Douglas Silva de Andrade. He was a big favorite against Cody Stamen. So I'm just confused as to why he's about to pick him with Kakramanov here. Kakramanov was just at a pick him or worse. I get against in his last fight against Ronnie Lawrence, and I think Saeed's much better than Ronnie Lawrence. Kakramanov 2 UFC fights, but big step up here. Saeed really dynamic striker. His grappling is good. He's really hard to hold down, and I know a lot of people are talking about the grappling path for Kakhramonov. I think he might land some takedowns here, but I don't see him holding Saeed down at all. Jaime Barcelos went like 2 for 7 on takedowns against Nurmagomedov and really didn't even control him until that third round. So I love pick 'em odds here for Saeed. I would play it up to -122. So we've got Fresno State -4 in the bowl game. We've got the Bears +9 tomorrow for NFL Sunday. And I've got Saeed Nurmagomedov at Pick'em odds tonight for UFC Fight Night, Vegas 66, I believe it is. Without further ado, I'm going to pass it to these guys. Promote your channels, your Twitters, all that stuff. Ev, where can they find you?
No, appreciate it. Obviously, shout out to viewers before. I don't know what happened to me. I had like a brain like illusion there for a second. Honestly, there's so many games I was going between a couple, and I was like, who the hell are they playing? But I appreciate it. Double Vodka Don, Twitter, Instagram. If you're in any of the legal gambling states, Barstool Sportsbook, get your bets in there. Appreciate you.
Yeah, for sure. Bush, where can they find you?
I'm on Twitter. The handle's right underneath Betting with Bush.
Sweet. Me, as always, at Bets and Picks MMA. Thank you guys for tuning in, and I'll see you soon. Thanks.